do that. So welcome to the Team Nurse Team call. It's October the 7th. I always like to say that in the beginning, but let me pull up. I did make a slideshow tonight. So hopefully you guys, Megan, Eden, you're at the top. Can you see my little slideshowy thing? Okay, cool. Thank you. And we will play it from the start. So first things first, we always like to start off with recognition. I want to always celebrate every single life that we help in our team. Anybody our team touches, I want to clap for them. I want to shout them out, because I think that what we do is some of the most magical stuff on the planet. I think we are making humanity better by what we do. And we all can agree that humanity needs to be better as a whole. And so by what we're doing here, this is how we're going to get that better. So congrats to our weekly top 5. We have a new coach at the top, Kelly Damiano. Hopefully I said that right. Congratulations, Kelly. Carrie Summers is at number 2. Renee Koth is at number 3. Jessie Hancock is at number 4. And Layla Bryant comes in at number 5. So if you guys are new to the call or new to the team, you should just know that the weekly top 5 is made up of people who are enrolling other people. They have personal sales volume, or they are enrolling people into our boot camp or into coaching. So that is how you get up on that weekly top 5. So I really love seeing everybody's faces, and I really love seeing new coaches up there. That's like my favorite thing, is to see a new coach up there. We're going to run down a little September recognition, just because, I wasn't here last week, and then the end of the month was kind of right there. So I always like to do a final wrap up of the previous month's numbers, just so that we have that set out. So with that said, congrats to myself for hitting SC10. Congrats to the 3 Lives Change Club Plus is Carrie Summers at SC7, Michelle King at SC6, Emma Shaw at SC6, and Megan Pickup at SC6. And then Jackie Lamka was at SC4 last month. And then with 1 Life Change was Samantha Brannon, Robin Aldrich, and Karen Ganser. So congratulations, ladies. I'm very proud. We collectively helped 23 people enroll last month. So and technically it was 24. I had a return, so that made it 23. But that was really exciting. I love seeing all of the people getting helped. And we have already started off October with a bang. Like I said, Team Cup month is always a big month for us, really exciting time for the team. We really push hard to help as many people as humanly possible get into one of our boot camps or one of our programs during October, because we know that statistically that means they are going to end the year healthier than when they started the year. And so I always want to empower people to head into the holidays with a really good toolbox full of tools that they can use to make it a really healthy time of year, and when traditionally it's maybe not. So congratulations to Carrie Summers, Jamie Runner, Megan Pickup, Renee Koth, and Amanda Harrell for already helping somebody this month. Congrats, ladies. So be sure you guys shout those ladies out and give them high fives in the chat, so that they know that you're proud of them and that you are, looking to help other people too. Just a couple of, since I know we have some new coaches on the call, I did want to include our new coach, Must Knows, just so that everybody kind of starts on the same page. Just so you know, our core mission is to help people achieve their goals and enjoy a healthy, fulfilling life. That was like the funnest part at leadership in any of the corporate events, is that we get to hear the big vision from corporate. We do partner with an incredible billion-dollar company. And so hearing what they have on the horizon is always really fun. But what I really like about Carl, the CEO, and about Michael Neiman, the president, is it always wraps back around to this. So like everything that they have dreaming on the horizon, it all wraps back around to this. And I think it makes it really great, because we have a centralized focus, and this is what it is. So how do we do that? First and foremost, you start your own challenge. Your business, and we're going to talk about this tonight a lot, but your business lives and dies on your personal journey. So if you are disengaged in your workouts, if you are not, drinking your shake and eating on your meal plan. And it doesn't mean you have to be perfect. We all here are perfectly imperfect women. But it does mean that you are actively engaged in it. If you aren't, it's really going to be hard for you to help encourage anybody else to make a healthy choice, So be sure that you get on your challenge, that you're plugged into a program. You're not just willy-nilly doing things when you feel like it, because we all know emotions lie, and we certainly don't always feel like doing the thing. So be sure that you are engaged in that. Practice the vital behaviors. So the vital behaviors are: be proof the product works every single day. That's you doing your workouts. That's you drinking your shake. That's you engaging in the accountability in the community. Practice, or vital number 2 is connect, invite, and follow up. We're going to talk a little bit about that tonight. That's usually what the meat of our calls is about, because that's the part where people really struggle. But that's also the part that is an income producing behavior. So, and then vital number 3 is help people get results. So once they come on with you, it is now your job to help them get results from the programs that we use, and then recognize them and know this is something, I know I've shared this a lot, but I'm going to continue to reiterate it. You guys, you don't have to just think of that as somebody you personally helped. If you are in one of our boot camps, if you are in the BOD group, if you are in Amanda's group or Carrie's group or anybody's group, that those people are the ones that you're helping. They're the ones that you're encouraging. Even if you did not personally sign them up, guys, we are a team. So encourage the people in there. When they get results and they share them in there, ask them, hey, do you mind if I share that? Recognize them publicly, because then it becomes something else that people want for themselves, you know? And then vital number 4 is personal development. I just started a new book yesterday, so I would love to see what you guys are reading or listening to in the comments, because I'm going to check those in just a second. So be sure you put in the chat what you are reading personal development wise, or what you were listening to. The one I started was Talent Code. It's been sitting in my Audible library forever, and I was driving home from Bible study last night, and I was like, I'll check it out. So I started listening to that. I already really like it. So I would love to. And I just finished on the plane. What did I finish? Oh, Ride of a Lifetime. It was the leadership lessons from the CEO of Disney. So I thought that that was really cool and very appropriate going into a corporate leadership event. Just so you know, our goal is always to hit SC6. So that means you're helping 3 people every single month enroll. That is the metric that Beachbody has found that continually pushes your business forward. It continually keeps your energy up, and it continues to help you get your Shakeology paid for. So if you're a brand new coach, your first order of business is to advance to Emerald and to hit Success Starter, so that you can earn your free ticket to Summit. You can earn your way into one of the test groups with one of the trainers. I will say the one that people are working for now, I got a little bit of insider information about it at leadership. And I know we're not really supposed to share this, so don't share it on your social media, but just for you guys to know, I think it's going to be a new program from Jericho. So she should be coming out with a new program, and I think that's going to be the spring launch. And that is what, if you are a brand new coach and you are committed to helping 3 people for the next 3 months, you get in one of the test groups. And I think that's the one. They don't usually announce it, but like I said, we were hanging out with some of the trainers, and she was talking about a program that she's developing. And so I'm assuming that's the one that we're going to be seeing come down the line, which is really exciting, because she's like one of my favorite trainers of all time. She's so amazing. And then just so you know, we do have our Good Vibe Tribe team training site. So yes, we do these calls every single week. Yes, I pour into you guys. Yes, I do personal mentorship one-on-one and small group and all the things, but you also have a lot of control of your own training as well. So you can get on to goodvibetribecoaches.com, use this email address and password to log on. Do not create your own. You can go ahead and go in there and start, walking yourself through some of the trainings. And last little blanket notification, we don't forget, we do have our Team Fit shop. So if you want some Team Nourished logoed kind of stuff, we do have tank tops and t-shirts and sweatshirts and all the cute things. So, and that's just thefitteamshop.com/Team Nourished. Okay, so let's stop sharing really quick. And I'm going to first check the chat, because I want to see what you guys are reading. Take Back Your Time, Jackie, that's really good. Trent Shelton's podcast, I know, Carrie, you really like him. Megan, Listening to the Bible Every Day. Renee Koth, Dare to Lead. Megan Pickup, Developing the Leader Within You by John Maxwell, plus the Bible study. And then Amanda is starting Unleash the Power Within. Those are amazing. Megan, the only thing I would say, and I'm not trying to call you out, but for a long time, I considered listening to the Bible as my only personal development. And what I found is it's best to couple it with something that's going to move you forward in your business as well. Not to say the Bible doesn't have things to say about business and about leading people, because it absolutely does. But I think viewing it in light of, business leaders and things like that is really, really helpful. The one that really helped me, and I think Megan, you would enjoy it, is Daring Greatly. That's the one that Michelle is reading, and it's by far one of my favorite. Either Daring Greatly or the 5-second rule is always, like, hands down, my 2 favorite personal developments I've ever read. And maybe You Are a Badass as well, because I really liked that one too in the beginning of my journey. So couple of announcements, just like Beachbody wide announcement kind of thing. We do have Peppermint Mocha coming up on November the 2nd. So get excited about that. It is my favorite flavor of all of the seasonals. So I will obviously be buying the maximum amount of it because it's delicious and it's my favorite. We also are going to be having a 3-day refresh group for our team the weekend after Halloween and the weekend after Thanksgiving. The Halloween one is themed really cute. It's called Detox the Booty, like BOOTY, and I think all wordplay is hilarious. So that's going to be really fun to plug into, but that's something that you guys can either participate in yourself, but also invite other people to do as well. And then after Thanksgiving, just again, this is all to help our team have something specific to invite to, and have something to offer our clientele that would be a good fit for their goals at that time of year. The last thing I wanted to say was congratulations, Carrie, for getting your freaking bike already. I'm so jealous. I was like creeping your stories and I'm like looking at all of it. I hope your delivery, I hope everything went super well with that and it was really seamless. Watching the roundtable and seeing a lot of the other coaches, obviously there have been some hiccups in delivery. They are working with a third-party delivery service. Expo, I think, is what they're doing. So don't be discouraged or whatever. If yours comes and you need some extra help, just reach out to me, reach out to Coach Relations. We can get that fixed up. But Carrie, it looks like yours was perfect. Like, I don't know, I wasn't there, but everything looked like the bike looks really good. Your screen, everything looked like it navigated well. You logged in. So hopefully.
Yeah, it's just weird though. Like you said, with the third party, like I really didn't have a problem. They sent it and it was like, schedule your delivery. And I did that. I did have to call them because I guess my area, it wouldn't let me just like go in and schedule it online. I had to call, but once I got that confirmed, they were really good about sending text message updates. Like I subscribed to get updates to that. And then, they called when they were like 20 minutes out. So I was at school. So I just sent my sister over because when you get it delivered, somebody has to be there. But yeah, everything was ready to go. When I got home, all I had to do was connect it to the Wi-Fi and like just do the initial setup. Yeah. And I will say though, so it's probably not going to make a difference for new customers, but if you are managing like somebody else's account. So for me, I ordered the bike through my sister to drive volume, and I'm doing 645 right now. And so when I enrolled my sister, I enrolled her with a 645 pack, and my personal account I don't have access to 645 right now. So I was like, how cool, I can just use the screen to finish 645, but I can't because my sister doesn't have body. I have body.
Right.
So that's like I wouldn't even call it a hiccup. I mean, because eventually it'll go into the library, but like for right now, I'll just have to keep using my laptop until I'm done with 645. But
right. But that's good to know though, because you would want it to be able to do both things at the same time, but you do have to acknowledge that.
Yeah, I did think that I was just going to be able to log out of mine and log into hers, but I tried her login and it said you must be a subscriber to Body. So anyway, I mean, for new people, it's not going to matter, but
right. But that is good to know. Yeah, everybody, like I said, everybody I personally known. I know Meredith got hers delivered yesterday. Everything went really, really well. So I have she's a discount coach on my team. Her name is Andrea. She gets hers delivered tomorrow. So I'm like stalking everybody getting it delivered because I'm like super jealous and really want a bike in my
And I just saw they're extending the sale.
Oh, thank you for telling me that. I had not seen that. What is it going to now?
Somebody sent a bunch of information in a thread I'm in. They're extending. I'm sure she got it from like the round table or somewhere,
right.
But it's extended to like the first week in November.
Oh, perfect. That lines up great with the body launch and everything with Premier Week. Yeah. So body officially, like you guys know that body is in the beta round or the beta test right now, which basically means they have a lot of flexibility to change things. That's what a beta launch of anything is. It means that this is not the version you see right now may not be the end result version. Once they officially launch, things are not usually going to change all that much until there's like a system update kind of thing. And so that is October the 19th. I did just see that. October the 19th is when that's officially going to launch. And then we will have what's called Premier Week, the first week of November. And that's going to be like the big, like there's going to be a week-long calendar to do on body. And it's going to be like a corporate wide, like we're all using body at the same time. Let's share it kind of thing. So that'll be really fun to do all together. Okay. So that kind of leads me into a real quick rundown of our Q4 marketing strategy. Like, what are we as a team doing? What are you inviting to? If you want to put in the chat box right now, what you personally are inviting to, because the thing is, like so here's the thing, as you continue to grow a business, you still have to maintain your own personal journey. You can't just be a manager of everybody else's personal journeys. It doesn't work like that. Like I said, if you go back to what I was saying in the New Coach Must Knows, your business lives and dies on your own personal journey. So if you aren't engaged in anything, there is a disconnect between when people are, you're talking to people, it's really hard to invite them when you're not really doing the stuff. And so you have to manage your own personal journey, but as you get a team and then those teams get teams and those teams get teams and those teams get teams, you also want to have eyes on what we're doing as a unit, right? And so we were talking about this a lot at leadership, just not corporate wide, but as far as like friends and groups and stuff like that. I wanted to share with you guys what I am personally doing. You are welcome to follow suit and do this exact thing. Like, the beauty of this business is it really runs on duplication. So like, don't feel like you have to invent the wheel. You can literally just say, hey, Danielle, what are you doing? Okay, I want to do that too. Or that doesn't sound interesting to me, Carrie. What are you doing? Okay, I want to do that too. So you can really decide how you want to run your business. That's why when we talk about this is so customizable, this is such an independent coaching organization, that's what I mean. If you don't want to do something I'm doing, as long as you're doing something that's actively going to move your health and your business forward, like, go for it. So I am going to finish up 6:45, and that will actually end on the last day of, it'll be October 31st will be my last day of 6:45. I had to switch things around because of leadership, but my last day of 6:45 will end on the 31st. November the 1st through, I think it's November the 7th or November the 5th or whatever it is going to be the body premiere week. So I am going to be doing a week-long body, like body up kind of thing, a body calendar there. And then I am going to roll into let's see, it'll be on 2.5 weeks. So I'm going to be doing a turkey trot. So I'm going to be helping put together a Thanksgiving turkey trot for our entire team. So it'll be a virtual race. for Thanksgiving or Thanksgiving weekend. You can come, you can walk it, you can run it, you can do whatever, but we're going to be doing it as a team. I'm going to look into getting medals made for us and all of that kind of stuff. So if you complete it and you turn it in, you get a cute little medal. It'll be like the Team Nourished Turkey Trot or something like that. But that's what I'm going to be doing personal journey wise. And I'll just be really blunt with you guys. I will probably just do the runs from that and then mix in strength training from body, because that's going to serve my business better than doing 2.5 weeks of cross training with Idalis. So I'll do the runs with Idalis and body strength training workouts for those 2.5 weeks to get myself hopefully ready to run a 5K. I'm probably going to need to do a little more running than just that. And then after Thanksgiving, I am going to be doing the ultimate reset. I did it last year, right after Thanksgiving, going into the month of December, and everybody thought I was insane. Everybody's like, I can't believe you're doing an ultimate reset right before Christmas. And it was literally the best thing I've ever done. I felt so incredible. I don't know that I've ever felt that good going into a Christmas at all. Yes, it is challenging with Christmas parties and stuff like that, but the fact that I was on the ultimate reset really helped me stay in my goals instead of being like, sweet, another party. This is night number 5 of parties and I'm just going to drink at all of them. Like, I don't need to drink at every party kind of thing, you know? So I'm going to go ahead and do an ultimate reset then. And then as soon as I am done with that, I'm going to roll right into job 1. And that'll take us to the end of the year. Job 1 launches mid-December. And so it launches for coaches, like I think it's the beginning of December. And then the middle of December, it launches for clients. And so that will be our big beginning of the year push. So that's going to be what I start in the middle of December and then really promote throughout, until the end of, or until the beginning of January. And then we'll go over a new strategy after that. But I wanted to share that with you guys. So if you want to do something along with me, like by all means, if not, come up with your own plan, but you got to have a plan and you got to implement it. So there is that. Any other questions before I roll into the content for tonight? Because I want to make sure that I answer whatever needs to be answered as far as marketing strategy and all that good stuff goes. Type it in the chat or just unmute yourself, whichever. All right. Well, let's go ahead, and I'm not going to screen share just yet. I wanted to talk to you guys. Tonight's content is on a social media posting strategy that guarantees Success Club every month. And so Angie Belmar did this presentation at Leadership. Apparently she also did it on Barbie's team call a couple of months ago, but it is amazing, amazing, amazing. And really, when I watched it, and I say this, let me just be real, right? Like take it down a notch and be real. Right now, and Michelle, this is kind of coming from our conversation yesterday, right? Like right now, social media can seem really hard. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It can be a very toxic place right now. Does that mean you hide in a corner and just don't participate? Maybe, but if you're a business owner and you're gonna try to make a business out of this, or help some people, or even just desire to show up in a light bringing perspective instead of a, death bringing perspective or darkness perspective, you got to show up. Like, this is where we need to shine the light. We need to be the influencers for good and not just let the influencers for yucky, dark, evil, dissension and division. That we have to show up better because we are going to make everything better by doing that. But when you go in without a plan, it's really, really hard to do because you feel like, and I've talked to you guys about this before, but I say it because it's something that I struggled with for a really long time in my business. Because I would just scroll and see if I can't get some inspiration. Wonder what Megan Pickup posted today. Maybe I'll post something like that. Nah, I don't know. She's talking about a cat, so I'm not going to talk about cats today. Let me go see what, Amanda's posting about, no, her kids are in soccer. So like, that's not like, and then I'm scrolling and scrolling, but I'm also taking in all the negative while I'm scrolling. Right. And now I've spent 30, 40 minutes looking for inspiration, and I've done nothing to move my business forward. And I've only like taken my energy and dropped it down 1,000 notches. So it's really important that you approach social media with a strategy so that you aren't sucked into the vortex kind of thing. And I will say this about what I'm going to present tonight. And I want you like all to turn your hearing aids on and be really just listen to what I have to say, because I mean, I don't know how many more times I can say it, but like I will say it again until the day I die. Social media is great, but it is not an income producing behavior. So if you think that what I present to you tonight is going to magically unlock everybody flocking to your door to sign up, you are wrong. Social media exists in a balance of behind the scenes and in front of the scenes. You cannot have a viable, sustainable, continuing business without both ends of the stick. You have to post, because posting is what builds confidence in you as a coach. It's what builds trust with the people who are watching you. It's how they know that when you reach out to them on the back end, you aren't a scammer, right? Like Jackie is a real estate agent. So maybe this is a really good idea or a really good analogy. But Jackie, if you never, ever, 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 ever posted a single thing about real estate on your social media ever at all, and you went and you DM'd somebody and you were like, hey girl, hope you're having a great day. I have a house in Mililani that I'm selling. Would you like to go see it? They might go, well, that's weird. Like maybe, but like they go and they click your thing and it's corgis and corgis and corgis and corgis and maybe a cute photo of you at the beach and another photo of a corgi. Like cute, but that doesn't instill confidence that you can sell me a house, right? Like you have to promote your business. It doesn't work. But you also, there's a delicate balance of you have to be a real person that's not just spamming people with like, again, I'll use the real estate analogy. Like if it's house, you just look like you're sharing a bunch of houses. They don't know you as a person. So the strategy we're going to build tonight really helps balance that. I have something to offer. Also, I am a real person. I do this consistently, therefore you can trust me more. And I follow it with behind the scenes conversations that lead to the enrollment. So that's what we're gonna build. Because I talk to a lot of people who are like, yeah, I mean, I post every single day on social media, but nobody like DMs me and wants to join my boot camp. And I'm like, oh, did you invite people? And they're like, no, but I invited in my post. It says, join my October boot camp in the post. I don't know why people aren't just flocking to me. Like, because that's not how this works. Like you might have one person, two people over the stretch of a month, maybe, or 2 months. But again, that's not going to give you a sustainable business. It might get you $50 a month, but that's not going to even cover the cost of your own Shakeology. So my job as your coach is to help you do more with this amazing opportunity that we have. So those are my disclaimers. So I am going to share my screen again, and we're going to start. So I am going to provide all of these slides to you, and I am also going to provide, there's one piece of this that is, it kind of looks like an Excel spreadsheet. I'm going to also give you that in the editable format so that you can literally take it onto your computer and type, like where she says cat, and you don't like cats, you don't have a cat, you don't want a cat, you're going to type dog, or you're going to type, you know, whatever it is. So you're going to make this your posting strategy. And it's interesting because a lot of people think that, like, well, if I follow a model like this, I'm just going to sound like everybody else. And you're not, because you have your own story. You have your own voice. I'm trying to help you find your voice to help other people. So, okay. So this is the 7-day loop posting strategy. Like I said, I'm going to give you guys these, the actual document here, and I'm going to go over each day so that you know exactly what I'm talking about when I say your commitment or family pets or your setup or how your life is changing. We're going to specifically talk and give you actual examples of each one of those things. So like I said, this is from Angie Belmar, so you're going to see a lot of her on here. But this is and I wrote this at the end of the slideshow, but I'm going to say it now. You don't get to change the order in which these are. They are in this specific green, yellow, pink, yellow for a reason. They all end up at the end of 21 days helping you hit Success Club. Like that is the purpose of this strategy. So these are the parts you can change, like some of this stuff here, but fitness journey, behind the scenes, workout space, personal growth, get outside, do what you do for fun, and coaching journey. Those are all like, those got to stay the same. The rest of it you change to be who you are. So first days first is Monday. So, and she did say, let me go back to this. Day one is a Monday. It is not a Tuesday. We're not starting this tomorrow. You are going to start this posting strategy on Monday. Because again, there's a reason for the way this is set up. So day one, Monday, is about your fitness journey. So she did a before and after here of her Beachbody program. She did a post about her total solution pack or BOD or body, Shakeology, that kind of thing. But this is, she was like, this is my gym setup. This is what I like. This is her thing. And then, or you could do day one commitment. So a before photo, she had talked a lot about some people, number one, they're not like, a new coach isn't going to say, well, I don't have a before and after yet. So therefore I must have to wait to do all of this until I have a before and after. No, you take a day one photo and you post that. This was a coach, Jade, on her team that her husband was doing it with her. That's a really fun way to engage people, And she said, the other thing she's seen other people, maybe they're not comfortable yet sharing their full on day one. So you put a black box over it that says work in progress, but it gives you some content to post. So day two, behind the scenes. So she said family and pets, everyday life, daily routine, but this is that stuff. And Michelle, I know you've talked before, and I know there are other people on our team too that are uncomfortable having their kids on social media. Don't put your kid on social media then. If that's not a part of what you care to do, then don't do that. Talk about, places you went, you guys go hiking, you do other things. But the other thing that I would encourage you guys to do with this posting strategy is, and this is something I see people trip up a lot in, is they think that, well, okay, it's Tuesday and I'm going to post about everyday life. And on Tuesday, they look around and they're like, well, I didn't do anything but take my kid to the park. Well, I must have to post about taking my kid to the park. No, because you've given this some forethought, you could post about hike, a church event, like whatever. You can use those other things in order to, have content. The other thing that she said that I thought I would share with you guys, I really liked this, because in some ways, excuse me, I see myself in this. Like, she's like, I did not really want to go here to this Miller's Farm market, but she was like, it looked really pretty and I knew that I could make a post out of it. So I took my family to there so I could get a picture. She's like, is it like, you can turn that into, ew, yuck, you went someplace you didn't really want to go just so you could take a cute picture for Instagram. Or she said, what really ended up happening is I'm a homebody. I would prefer to sit in my house and never go anywhere, but I know my kids want to go out and do cool things. And now I got to take them out to do that. And I did something good for my business at the same time. So it's all in how you want to play with the perspective. But just remember that your behind the scenes, your everyday life does not have to physically be what you're doing in that specific Tuesday. So I wanted to share that part. Posting day 3, Wednesday, your workout space. So you can show bod. This is a really great way for her to show the workout she's doing without it being spammy beach body. She did a vlog and she showed one workout move. So she took a workout move from whatever, I think this is maybe Shift Shop, something like that. And she videoed herself doing that one workout move. And that was her like move of the day kind of thing. That's a really great way for you to share value with your audience and also put good content out there. And then also a behind the scenes. So this was just a behind the scenes photo of her, drinking her shake and doing the thing, Posting day 4 is personal growth. So obviously a part of our job is personal development. So again, I go back to how freaking cool is it that part of our physical job is to improve our mindset. How many other jobs do you know that they're like, you know what? You seem like you're a little down in the dumps. Why don't you work on yourself? No, I worked in the newspaper industry. And if I felt down in the dumps, do you know what they would say? Cool. So your lunch break is at 11. We'll see you when you get back from lunch. Like, they didn't give a crap about my mindset. Like, Carrie, your teaching job, they don't care about how you're feeling and how your mindset is. There is a purpose. They need you to be there to educate the kids. Like, that's your purpose for being there. Whether it makes you a better human being or not really isn't the point. Same thing for anybody else that has a job on here. You're being a better person. Your personal improvement is not the point of your employer's job. Like, think about the Army specifically. I think about Matt going to work. They don't give a flying crap. If anything, it's probably the opposite. They're like, how can we break this person down more so that we can get more out of them before we completely use up the resource and then throw them to the side, right? Like, I mean, we're just going to be real here. We've been in almost 17 years. And so I feel like I have the clout to say that at almost 17 years in. But part of our job is to pour into ourselves, personal development, to listen to good podcasts. Like, if you went into, whatever job it is you have, and they're like, okay, well, for the first 30 minutes of the day, you are going to listen to something or read something that just makes you a better human. How cool would that be? That's what we get here in coaching. So sharing something you've learned, you can share a quote, you can do anything like that. You can talk about a podcast that you listen to, your national wake-up call takeaways. Those are fantastic ways for you to share something that makes people better and, also promotes the fact that your business teaches you how to run a business. That's something that I feel like Courtney Burton does a really, really good job at. She takes a lot of the actual like stuff we would talk about here on a team call, and she kind of synthesizes it down that makes it relevant to any business owner. And then she shares that on social media. And she's like, well, I asked her about that one time. And she was like, well, not all my coaches get on a team call, but I know all my coaches are watching my social media. So what a great way for her to synthesize a little bit of the information and put that out there. But you can do that with a national wake-up call too. Day 5, Friday, get outside. She laughed about it because she was like, I don't want to hear a single thing about how it's cold. She was like, I literally live in Ontario, Canada, and I don't care that you think it's cold where you live. It's not as cold as it is in Ontario. And that made me laugh, especially living in Hawaii, because there are days when I'm like, I don't want to go outside. And again, much better. But taking photos outside, we need to again share that we aren't just huddled in our house doing the same 5 things over and over every day. Get outside, make yourself have fun. Like, oh my God, heaven forbid your job help you have more fun in life. So this was just some encouragement to get outside. Better lighting equal better photos. You can go do something. You can go for a walk or a car ride, visit an orchard. Posts should be fun and exciting. The point of that is lifestyle influencing. We want to influence the lifestyle of others to be healthier and happy and more fulfilled, right? Like that, this all wraps back around to our mission as a company to live healthier, happier, more fulfilled lives. So if your intention with your social media is to help other people do those 3 things, it can't be negative, toxic crap. It doesn't work. So I love that we don't even get the opportunity to be a part of the negativity, or we shouldn't be. And if you are, then stop it. So day 6, Saturday, what you do for fun. So this is just about, again, more about you, a hobby, a passion, a skill. She's like super big into Disney. And I just saw that she just announced that her team retreat, her diamond retreat, is they're going to Disney all together. And I was like, that is so stinking cute. I love that. So anyways, just something fun. And then she talked about this photo here. One of her skills is organizing things into, I think she said, like color. She likes things like everything is in, like, I don't know, this is not my skill very clearly, but she said something about like her favorite thing to do is to organize things in groups of colors. And so other people like her might find that really helpful. I'm not that, but I'm also not Angie's people, but your people are going to resonate with some skill that you have. And then Sunday is always about your coaching journey and she talked about this, and I feel like maybe Carrie, because you're in education, you might experience this. Maybe I feel like Megan and Amanda being nurses, it's maybe not as much because your schedules aren't Monday to Friday necessarily. But she talked a lot about the Sunday scaries, like going to bed, like dreading the fact that you have to get up and go to work in the morning. Like everybody's, oh, the weekend's not too long. I saw a funny meme the other day about how this weekend sure is starting to feel like a 30-minute lunch break. And so that's not my stage of life, right? Like that's not where I am in life. So I don't get Sunday scaries, but I also think being a coach, because I do something that fills me with purpose and passion, I don't have that, but so many people do. And so her thing was, and I thought this was really good. She's like, we're all sitting here in this conference room having a great time learning and laughing and going to the pool after. And she's like, and there's somebody sitting on Instagram right now in their cubicle with a stale Danish scrolling and wishing they had our life. Sunday shows them how they can do that. Sunday shows them how they can be a part of our team. Sunday shows them how they too can be a coach. And so she talked about sharing your why on Sunday, sharing your current goals. Like, don't be afraid to put that kind of stuff out there. Like, and it goes back to vulnerability, right? Like we can all say, and like the public promises part, she was like, the thing is, people don't want to talk about their goals or their public promises. Like, this is what I want. Like, I dream that I can take my team on Turks and Caicos, on a vacation to Turks and Caicos. Like, I want to do that for my team. She's like, that sounds scary because then you're putting yourself out there. But she said, what that does, and I really like this, what that does is get people involved in what you're doing. And so now they're going to follow along because they want to see if you're going to make that promise a reality. They're going to see if you hit that goal. They want to be a part of something that is bigger than them. And this Sunday post is what does that. So that's Monday through Sunday. And then it repeats 2 more times, except for on day 21. And she said, and I would encourage you guys to do this too. When you sign someone up, it is really good to have them do a 21-day program first. And those of us doing 645, and anybody who's doing 645 as their first program, I feel like will be able to really relate to this. When you do a long program first, it really takes a different level of commitment. It really takes you playing the long game, right? But when you do 21-day fix and you lose 4 pounds and you can see the visible difference in your body, it's so much easier to share your excitement in the journey because you had 21 days of results. So I loved, and she said, you don't have to do that. I mean, like you could literally do, this is my October 1 photo and this is my October 21st. So 3 weeks, this is my transformation. She was like, what if you treated 3 weeks out of every single month like it was a round of 21-day fix? You would get results every single month because you're laser focused in on that. I know on day 21, I've got to do a transformation post. And so that is what you invite to the challenge on. And so I liked this again, number one, because I think it's super well balanced. I think Having a plan going into what you share really alleviates any of the anxiousness or the stress or whatever. Like, I don't know I'm so down in the dumps and the world sucks right now. And I don't even want to show up. Well, when you have, it's kind of like doing a workout, right? If your workout plan is just happenstance and random YouTube video crap that you searched and found, when you're not feeling it, you aren't going to show up. But when you have a plan and the calendar tells you today is leg day, and you're like, well, I don't want to do leg day. But then the calendar is leg day, you do leg day and you feel better for it. Like you've never been worse off for following the calendar, right? Same for this. You may not feel like on day 4 posting about how your life is changing, but day 4 and following the calendar is going to impact somebody's life. And so this is a really, really great way. And like I said, I'll provide the actual document for you so you can, put in your own stuff. But the other thing this does is it allows you the opportunity to actually plan posts in advance. So that, 6 a.m. on Tuesday morning, you're like, well, crap, what the hell am I going to post about today? You could write the post the night before. For a long time, I used to write all of my posts the night before, and then I would just post them the next day, because that was when I felt the most inspired. That was when I felt the clarity. Whereas in the morning at 6 a.m., I don't feel the clarity. So anyways, I really like this and I really was excited to share it with you guys. Like I said, I will provide you with all of the documentation for this. And again, this only works this way. Don't switch the days around, follow the plan. And again, this only works in conjunctions with your invite via DM and text, or however you're inviting people, whether that's off your Instagram stories, off of your Facebook DMs, like whatever it is. Don't expect, oh, well, day 1, I posted my commitment and my fitness journey. Why is everybody not beating down my door? You have to go out and invite. But again, when you're posting in a intentional way, so much easier to invite. Hey, Michelle, I saw that you watched my story the other day or I saw that you liked my post the other day about my fitness journey. Have you ever considered joining our boot camp? I'd love to send you more information. Can I do that? That's an invite. That's all it takes. So just know that inviting works really easy when you're posting things you can invite off of. And then the other question, because I get this a lot, is I never know what to write in the captions. One of the other coaches, Trina Gray, who I've heard her name, but apparently she was like a top 10 coach forever and ever and ever. She does this with her team and I loved it. It's called, like, in her story was about Mad Libs. So she's like, when I was a kid, she's like, I know I'm old, haha. But she's like, when I was a kid and we would go on road trips, this was before there were movies in the car, we would get the notebook of Mad Libs. And it would, have a story and a blank, an adverb, a blank, a verb, a blank, a noun, a plural noun. And she's like, my sister and I would do the exact same ones, but they always sounded so different. And she was like, it dawned on me that I could do the exact same thing with my coaches and help them with posts by doing it Mad Lib style. And I was on the Diamond Push call with Megan Pickup and Sam on Monday night. And we were talking, Sam was telling this story about her fitness and all of this stuff. And I was like, whoa, 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 stop. I got to show you something. Because this down here, excuse me, we all have a fitness story. Here's my quick one. I used to, and Sam told her little mini piece of her story. This is what changed. So I had, 2 kids back to back and then a third C-section or whatever it was. Now I fill in the blank. Here are a few of my favorites. And then if you want to try a class for free at home for free, I'll send it to you. So this is her post for, hold on, you could do that here, right? Like that's literally the post. You could do that here. You could do that here. Maybe you're a runner and you want to talk about running outside. Like you can use these things in conjunction with these things to help you when you don't feel inspired to come up with all kinds of wonderful things to say. So Oops. So anyways, I also have a Word document that I can give you guys that has these where I typed them all out. So I'm happy to send that to you. So you can literally just type in things you want to say. And I guarantee you what's going to happen is I can put this out. And if I told you all tomorrow to do the top one, I am so grateful blank. I was feeling blank. This is what I changed blank. These days I blank. You should do this with me. How many people are on this call right now? I can't even see 12 participants on the call right now. Every single one of them would be dramatically different because every single one of us has a different story. We all are doing different things. Jackie used to do bodybuilding and, fitness lifting and all of that. And, Megan is into nutrition, and Amanda was in the Army and used to run a lot. Like, everybody has such different stories. None of this is going to sound the same. It just allows you to kind of unlock that creativity in your brain so that then you can go and share and be the light on social media that people need to see. Because like I started the call with, social media is crap, guys. Like, it's all a bunch of people dividing and upset and frustrated and down in the dumps about everything. Like, don't be that girl. Don't be the girl that gets sucked down the vortex. Post your stuff, interact with your stuff, and then move on, So hopefully that was helpful for you guys. Let me check the chat. I saw there was some stuff. I have a hard time thinking. Jamie, you and me both have been doing this for 7 years. You think I know what to post every single day? No. Carrie does do a great job with posts. Yes, memories are a really great way to do it. I'd love to have this. Yes, I'm happy to send it to everybody. Yes, Mad Libs to everybody. And yes, love the breakdown. Yeah, no, seriously, so it's a Google Doc for the thing that looks like the Excel spreadsheet. And then I just typed up the Mad Libs thing while she was talking. So she had slides that were showing them, and I'm like typing fast, trying to get them all out. And I'll see if I can find more of the Mad Libs stuff too, if you guys like that, because that is helpful when you don't have like the inspiration to post. And don't think that you're the only one that doesn't, because we all do at different times. Like, it's hard sometimes, but again, it is a part of our job to be a positive, encouraging presence wherever we are. And part of that is social media. So I want to empower you guys to be able to do that well. What questions? It's right at time. So what questions do we have? Anybody? You can just unmute yourself. You don't have to type in the chat or anything. My throat is so dry.
I had a question about post length. On our Team Cup call the other day, we talked about maybe my posts are too long, because I feel like I've had people kind of say they get so much from them. One person was like, well, I don't know that I need to join you because I feel like you're coaching me already. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, I get that. And there is a delicate balance. And Amanda and I have talked about this too, because I feel like her posts have so much content in them. Your posts could probably be multiple posts, is the thing. So if you think about it from like a communication strategist perspective, marketing strategist, that kind of thing, people have an incredibly, incredibly short attention span. And this is a really good example of this. So really bad example, but a really good one at the same time. So on last Friday night, I went to a Maroon 5 concert, and if you watched my stories on Instagram, we rode on a party bus. So I'm on a party bus with 24 girls and guys, husbands and stuff, and we're partying, we're having a great time. And several of the girls, every time, I'm telling you, it was like every time a song hit 15 seconds, they changed the song. And if you'll start noticing it now that I say it, like, there is a whole generation of people that can't listen to more than 15 freaking seconds of a song. And it makes me insane. But what it showed me is that people have Instagram story attention spans. They don't have the attention span to read a novel. They don't have an attention span. And how many of you, like by show of hands, maybe know somebody on Instagram that says things, posts things, and they're talking like this? I'm talking for 12, 15, 20 slides. They are having a 20-minute conversation on Instagram stories. Do you listen to every one of them? I don't. Boop, 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 boop. I'm scanning straight through. I want the highlights. Like even people who like are there to do good things. Like I just don't listen that long anymore unless I know it's something like, and again, I'm just going to bring it to the real level, unless I paid for it. If I paid for it, I'll watch a 45-minute video most of the time. If I paid for it, like I'm in. I want to hear you. Like, for example, we did the Priscilla, my friend and I did the Priscilla Schreier simulcast. It was 4 hours. I wasn't scrolling. I was zoned in. I was doing the things. I was watching her. I paid for it and I set aside specific time. But if Priscilla was on Instagram talking, I guarantee I would not watch it that long. So think about your audience and how much can they digest at once. So if what you posted might be really amazing content for a group of people who paid for that content, I don't know that I would give all that for free. I think I would do maybe like 2 or 3 and then go on. The other thing is it probably would be a great blog. Like if you think about it like that, if you're doing like my top 5 travel tips of blah, 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 blah. And if you're giving like big chunks of information for each 5, it's more of a blog than a post, you know? So maybe shorten them into a couple of different things and lead them to a blog post that you did that explains it more, or an Instagram or an IGTV where you're talking and you're giving more information. But I would encourage, I mean, it's a hard thing to say because I never want to tell somebody like, don't post long posts, but almost always I would say don't post long posts. They don't get read. What happens is, and think about the way that you read things. You read maybe the first paragraph, the first chunk, maybe the second chunk, and you scroll to the bottom and you read the bottom chunk. That middle stuff gets lost. I remember I used to work in the newspaper industry and we talked a lot about that. And if you read books and magazine articles and newspaper articles, it's really obvious that they know what they're doing. The big chunks of information are at the top and the bottom. The middle is oftentimes incredibly poorly written. They don't even edit it as much as they edit the beginning and the end because they know where people's attentions are found. The other thing, and this is just a personal encouragement to anybody, I don't think I've seen it on here very much, but when you post, break up your posts. Let me give an example. I feel like I need to like show an actual example of this. Let's see here. I'll pick on myself maybe. I don't know why I just typed that in. I can click right here. Okay. So when I post right here, this is a good one from yesterday. There's a line, it's called a line break. So a line break, 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 a line break. That is a psychological principle of reading. So people do not, I don't know where to find like, because I don't post like that, but big, long chunks here. Well, we'll just do it this way. If I was to, I mean, I'm sure your eyes can already see what I'm talking about. You don't want to read it. You don't want to read it because it's too much visually to absorb. So that's why it's called chunking. So you chunk usually 1 to 2, maybe 3 sentences if they all go together. You chunk them in small chunks because people read more that way. Same thing with emojis. It's helpful to throw an emoji in there, not a ton of them, but a couple of them, because again, it's that visual interest. You're trying to keep people reading what you have to say. So if you're going to do a longer post, definitely chunk it up. But I would also encourage some pretty like quick reads. And then don't be afraid in that posting strategy to ask, like some of that stuff could be very easy ask stuff. So Megan, I actually feel like you're really good at this, where maybe once a week, every other week, I don't know how often you do it, but you ask somebody for advice. Like, I don't know, I'm looking for a new laptop, PC or Mac. You probably already know what you're going to get. But that is for social media engagement. That's how the game is played. And I know it sucks that you play the game, but like I've mentioned on other calls, you own a business. So marketing is a part of every single business that exists on the planet. You either pay for marketing with advertisement or you do it for free on social media. That's what you do. So if you want to pay for a billboard on the side of your, highway, then by all means, invest that money. I don't want to spend my business money on that. I want to make sure I'm maximizing my income. So this is how I do that in this space. So what other questions? That was a really good question. I think really helpful for a lot of people, Megan. Jackie, you're going to start it on Monday. I am too. I'm going to do it right alongside you guys. And to be honest, I kind of need it. I mean, my brain is a little mush lately with everything, and both of my kids, I don't know if you guys know this or not, my kids are on fall break for 2 straight weeks. I literally cannot. I don't know what's happening day to day. They're all over the place always. And I love them, but half the time I can't get a coherent thought together. So having a posting strategy where I actually don't have to think a lot is going to be really beneficial for me. So I'm in. Who else? Any other questions? Doesn't have to be about this. It can be about anything.
I just have a comment. I'm
Yeah.
excited because I'm actually trying to actually lean into the coaching as a business.
Yeah.
But I'm oh, I can apply this to my real estate business too. Because I see people to like my posts, whether they want to buy a house or they want to sign up for Beachbody, pick one or both.
Right. Where can I serve you? And I love that. I mean, we've talked about that a lot. How can I be the best service to everybody around me? And if that's buy a house in Hawaii, all of y'all, by the way, if you want to buy a house in Hawaii, Jackie's your girl. She's on our team, so you kind of have to. You don't get to pick another real estate agent. It's a rule. You sign the contract.
Not really, but kind of.
Well, I mean, you can't say that, but I can. No, but Jackie is a really good real estate agent. But but it's funny, Jackie, that you mentioned that this all applies. Yes, because businesses are businesses are businesses. I don't care if you own a clothing boutique in Wahiwa, a real estate company in Hawaii, a multi-million-dollar internet tech startup in DC. A business is a business is a business. It all revolves around the same basic principles. So they might be applied a little differently, but they're all basic principles. And that was one of the things we talked about at leadership, was how much confidence Beachbody has given people, and the lessons you learn in this, that in other businesses, you don't get that. You don't get that kind of training. It's incredible the amount of training that you get on basically free level, $15 a month for your coaching fee. Give me a break. And if you want more training, go on the Good Vibe Tribe website too, because that has all kinds of stuff on it. So all right, I want to come back so bad. Yeah, Jackie will sell your house, Jamie. Sell your house in Virginia. Move back to Hawaii. Hi, Scott. So, all right. Anybody else have things to share, things to do? All right. Well, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go, team. Go help some people. We have a lot of work to do. So October is going to be an incredible month. Good night. Bye.